going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. My name is Jesse. This is the 6 Round Vlogs. Obviously you know that. And if you haven't known that before, please hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button. After the video, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Leave a like or dislike, doesn't matter. But anyways, we are here and UFC is going to be live this weekend in Sacramento, California with UFC Fight Night 155. And to quote the late Tupac, California knows how to party. No, and he's dead serious. We have a return of a legend, a return of a previous champion. We'll get to that in 1 second. But right now, we're going to start off with the first fight, and it is a huge featherweight clash against very similar style fighters in Josh Emmett and Mirsad Bektic. One of them. Sorry if I botched your name, but that's as best as you're gonna get. Now, Mirsad and Josh have nearly identical records as well. Josh bearing a 14-2 with only 2 losses, one coming against split decision and one coming against, honestly, devastating knockout, but it was against a heavy hitter in Jeremy Stephens. Where, look at Mirsad, and he only has 1 loss in his record. He's 13-1, and his loss is coming by also sole devastating knockout, but it was also against a heavy hitter in Darren Elkins. They're both very greedy fighters. Both have very fantastic grappling and wrestling. I think I would give the wrestling edge to Josh Emmett. But they both have phenomenal one-punch knockout power. It is absolutely scary. Just ask Ricardo Lamas about Josh Emmett. I mean, Mirsad also beat Ricardo Lamas, but it was via split decision, so not the most dominant. They're both back in the win column, which is great to see, and they're both still in line. They're knocking on that door to get that number 2 contention spot for that title down the line, maybe in early 2020. I just feel that Josh Emmett has still fought the better of roster at the 145 division. His last knockout was coming against Michael Johnson, who used to also be kind of like the Dark Knight of the division, the Black Horse. No matter how I say it, it sounds racist. He was a top contender. Easy victory are simple here. I think Josh Emmett just has to fight his fight like he normally does. I think he has better head movement than Mirsad. Mirsad tends to get a little wild. I think Josh needs to close that distance immediately, set up those heavy bombs, but don't necessarily keep it on the feet because you're also playing into the game plan of Mirsad. Take it to the ground. Mirsad is good on the ground, but in comparison to your wrestling abilities, he is nowhere even near it. So I think you should press him against the cage on the ground and just wear those bombs until the ref pulls you off you. And I actually think that's what's going to happen. Where Mirsad, he has to keep that distance while throwing those bombs. He can't get in close, because if he gets in close, maybe he'll get hit by one of those bombs, and really he better pray to the gods that he doesn't hit one by those bombs. But nonetheless, if he doesn't get hit by one of those bombs, he's going to get grabbed and thrown and ragdolled and taken to the ground. They can both go to decision, but I do think Josh Emmett moves a lot more within that 15 minutes, and it just shows that he kind of does have better cardio and a better pace. He pushes it for full 15 minutes, where Mirsad kind of plays it safe and waits for those big bombs, which if he lands are also dangerous. But if I have to call this, I'm definitely calling it Josh Emmett is going to get a round 1, round 2 knockout, but I might even be pushing for round 1. They're both already in that win column, so they're gonna be full of energy, full of confidence, and want to put on a show for the fans since it hasn't been in Sacramento in years now. Now, when we go to the co-main event, this is the whole reason why this card is in Sacramento, California. Not because of the challenger, Ricky Simon, but it is because of the return of the California Kid, the previous bantamweight champion in UFC and in WEC, and one of the best featherweight champions of all time, in my opinion, and we're talking about Urijah Faber. Now, while a lot of people in the MMA fan base are saying that maybe this isn't a good matchup for Urijah Faber to come out of retirement to, when in fact, I think it is the best matchup. He is coming off a 1-fight win streak, fine. Before that, he came off of 2 losses, close edge, against obviously the previous champ, Dominic Cruz, and of course, previous top contender in Jimmy Rivera. He's smart. He has what it takes to come back. And with someone like Ricky Simon, who isn't really necessarily a big knockout hitter or a big submission guy, he's just a very durable grappler and can go those whole 15 minutes. I just don't think he has anything proprietary in his ability, in his inventory, to really bring anything that threatens Urijah Faber. Where Urijah Faber's got a fantastic head of movement, amazing footwork, the best, probably the best grappling and wrestling, and he is so technical, but yet somewhat so crazy with his techniques, his striking. He's never out of a fight, no matter what happens to Urijah Faber, and that's why I have the utmost faith in him. Coming from a team like Team Alpha Male, which back in the day used to mean something so material, I think he's he's got what it takes. He's sound knowledge in MMA, his fight IQ, his preparation. He's going to come in there very hungry, and he's going to put it on for the fans, and he is going to shut all the doubters up that said maybe this guy shouldn't come back. Ricky Simon, your keys to victory is the run for your life, bro. Maybe don't even make weight, don't even fight, because I don't see a way you are winning this fight. I'm not trying to disrespect you. You're a fantastic fighter, and you only have one loss on your record, but I mean, like, other than like Chico Campos and your latest Ronnie Yaya, your roster of who's who that you've beat is very, very minimal. You fought a lot of no-name guys, and I know this is the next step in your career, is to fight someone like Urijah Faber, who has been on a 2.5-year layoff, but I do think that you are going into this fight against a guy who's, although he's been off for 2.5 years, he's been preparing for these 2.5 years, and he's only coming back because he knows he is mentally and physically prepared to do so, and that is going to be to your demise. Do I think this fight's going to be finished? I do not, but I do think it is going to decision in Urijah Faber's favor, and I think he is going to dominate every single round. He is tenacious, and you just can't get a hold of him, which is what Ricky Simon's going to want to do. He's going to want to press him against the cage, take away his ability, and try to out-grapple him, but you're not out-grappling the California kid, and that is that. Sorry to disappoint you. So, Urijah Faber, unanimous decision. Now, when we go to the main event, we are talking about an undefeated fighter finally making the main event, and we're talking about Aspen Ladd, and she is going against former, previous featherweight women's champion, in fact, the first one in UFC history, in Randamie. Now, Randamie is the most controversial fighter, in my opinion, at the women's division. Why? She fought Holly Holm to get the 145 title. She hit her like 3 times after the bell, was never penalized in doing so. Holly Holm, in my opinion, still got the best of her, but as soon as she won the title, she realized, oh damn, I have to fight Chris Cyborg Santos next. So what did she do? She automatically relinquished her title and ran as far away as she could so she wouldn't have to face someone like Cyborg, which is crazy because I think someone with Randamie's experience and tools in her inventory is the type of person that would be able to put on a really good fight with someone like Chris Cyborg. Since the Holly Holm fight, she fought Raquel Pennington, which is, in my opinion, a great fighter, but nowhere near the caliber of Holly Holm. So it was weird to me that she fought someone with such a high caliber for the title. She won, she gave up the title, and then she fought someone who's, in my opinion, up a couple classes lower. Now, Aspen Ladd, sure, she's undefeated. She's 8-0. Her last fight, Sierra Eubanks. Before that, Tanya Evinger, Lena Landsberg. We've also seen this girl struggle with weight numerous times in the past, and it's not because she bears a lot of muscle, but she bears far more body fat than the average woman at that division. Not that it's a problem, but when you're a top tier athlete at this caliber, to most fighters anyway, it's a direct correlation to you by not having the best cardio tank. And to be honest, she doesn't have the best cardio tank. She's a very fast finisher, which is good, but fighting someone like Randamie, who's like 10 inches longer than you in her reach, it's just going to be very hard for you to engage to close that distance because she's a professional Thai boxer, of course, referring to Jermaine. So your keys to victory is to close that gap immediately. You want to press her against the cage and turn this into a grappling match on the ground. I know you only have one submission to victory on your record and you have tons of TKO victories, that's fine, but you are fighting somebody with a totally different caliber of striking in Jermaine. Fantastic Thai boxer slash kickboxer and a huge reach. Are you going to be able to close that distance? My answer to you is absolutely not. This is going to be a devastating fight for you, in my opinion, and I don't see you making it out of the first round. So if I do have to call it, I see Randamie getting the TKO victory in round 1. Honestly, setting it up with probably a nice, nasty head kick. That's what I think. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Listen, there's not the biggest names on this card, but mark my words, it is going to be an absolute banger. And watching the return of an absolute legend like Urijah Faber has a pay-per-view worthiness to me, in my opinion, anyways. So don't forget to tune in this Saturday night. It's going to be amazing. Don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Leave a comment below, both positive, negative. It doesn't really matter. Let me know if you agree or disagree, but I am so excited for the return of the California Kid. We are going to see you, well, we're going to see you this Friday, but for another pre-fight analysis, we're going to see you next week. Peace.